hello, and welcome to We Are Live.
We are live. Chris Denman and Travis Hollander. How do we do this today? Yale Hollander joining us in studio. We're going to do some target practice live. Target practice with Rob Gronkowski. Good morning, Yale. How are you, buddy?
Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Travis. Good morning, Chris behind the board.
Oh, you're going to go ahead and take over the show? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I do. You ever heard of a little thing called coffee break?
Oh,
Here we
there
go.
he is. Here we
we're
go.
off. There we go.
Big thanks to everybody for tuning in on the live stream on Facebook. If you're watching, help us. Hit share, baby. Let those people in your feed know what we're up to. Today's going to be a very fun time. We've got comedian Todd Glass, do a one-on-one with him. He's at Helium Comedy Club all weekend long. And then John Caparulo is going to stop in live with Travis and I. In the second hour, we'll do Fair or Foul. Lots to get to. Let's officially, if I may, Yale.
You may.
Say hello to the Possum Cam's own Travis Terrell's favorite member of the show, Chris Gardner.
Get. There he is. Oh, go boy.
You don't get to yell that until I'm up there.
Okay, now there he is. Oh, look at him.
It's a little premature,
Look at him.
Travis.
I just love the Gardner cam.
Not far off from what I've heard.
Boy. Gardner, you should say hello to the fine folks.
Well, good morning, gentlemen. Travis, Chris, Yale,
Oh, boy. Here we go. That's what we've been waiting on. Here we go.
and good morning,
Oh, boy. Hold on to your ass.
What?
wall watchers,
Oh, okay. Switching
aka
it up today.
Walnut.
Yale's joining us because we always have fun when Yale comes in. He's wrote 740 jokes about Rob Gronkowski since Mr. Gronkowski retired. But first, let's get to our fair or foul topic that we'll get to later today. What do you have rocking there, Gardner?
Or fair or foul?
Yeah. What do you have? I'll let you tell him.
Movies that run over 3 hours long.
So are we allowed to use the one submitted from
If they
earlier
did,
this week?
if they did those finally go through
They did.
after the what was it? Website migration.
GoDaddy, migration.
Okay.
There was a wall built, and they made it through.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we tore down that wall.
We did. So movies that last over 3 hours long. Do you like the creative direction the show's already
I
headed in
hate
this
everyone
morning?
here right now.
Do you?
I just want to slap the taste out of everyone's mouth.
Well,
We've
we
been
never-
trying to do this fair or foul for almost 3 days now. And Chris Denman, the algorithm just didn't match up with
I
the
can't even
emails.
spell algorithm.
And I don't know how it went to the Wi-Fi. Then it came back, and it was all of a sudden dial-up. It didn't work apparently the last couple days. And now we're going to, I guess, force the issue again upon our audience. I hope you all send in very good emails today because we've been waiting on it for all week.
I would expect some migration comments as well in those.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah. So that's your topic, wall at weareliveradio.com. We'll get you entered to win $10 to Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. That's the whole reason I think Yale even came in. He doesn't want to tell jokes. He wants to pick up prizes. Or you owed anything? I feel like you won one.
Yeah,
the
I've
other
got
day.
I think I've got a couple of.
Look at he starts high.
Buzz,
He's like he's gonna see. He's like, well, I'm work my way in. You got a
Yeah.
couple buzzes.
I think I got a couple of buzzes. Yeah.
Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. You know what they're good for?
What are they good for, Chris?
Hawaiian food.
You know
and a
what?
food truck.
When I go there, they always say, "Yo, aloha."
And you know where it comes from?
Of course, it comes from the streets.
The heart.
That's true,
Buzz's
too.
Hawaiian Grill, family owned. They're all around town. Check out their Facebook page. Is it going to be nice this weekend? Do we know? Days that it's nice. Days that it's nice, you need to follow their Facebook page. Check out Buzz's Hawaiian Grill for locations today.
Well, they make
everybody.
umbrellas. You can.
Good point.
You can wait in the rain.
That's true. And for their poke, I'd wait in just about anything.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of
yes, sir.
fair or foul prizes, real quick. You mentioned Yale. Yesterday was kind of a layup for him, I thought, because you submitted one.
Oh,
and
the bagel
topic-
rant.
Yeah, the bagel
Yeah,
thing was
this is
just like
this is your area.
I expected no one else to win besides Yale yesterday, just simply because of the topic.
Right.
I could have been maybe 2% funny on it, but
That's good.
it wasn't really going to. I obviously can't submit one, but I know
Mm-hmm.
Yale's background, and then he was going to win yesterday.
Is this because of my Jewish heritage,
Yes.
or
It looks like
okay,
it's
or
happening.
my
It felt like
propensity to eat lot of carbs?
Jewish.
Okay.
Were
The
you
carbs doesn't hurt though.
Were you taken aback by the backlash from the rest of the country in
That's a good
regards to
question.
the way the bagels have been sliced at Panera, aka St. Louis Bread Company?
The largest offense, as I outlined yesterday, is the fact that people consider that stuff bagels. Those aren't bagels. Those are hamburger buns that have had a hole punched in them.
Travis,
That's the Yale I've been waiting
you get
for.
an
I mean-
expert in studio. You hit the questions that matter. Good job.
Oh, here we go. This is what gets them fired up.
Yeah, absolutely. There's one, maybe two places in this community where you can get what I would consider to be a good quality bagel, and because neither sponsored this show, I'm not going to
No,
mention them.
Let's talk about it.
But-
What's your bagel hierarchy?
The Bagel Factory at the intersection of Olive and Mosley Road in Creve Coeur, Missouri,
Okay.
without question has the best bagels in this
Now,
metropolitan
how do
area.
they cut their bagels?
They cut their bagels the way they were meant to be cut. They don't.
Ooh.
They allow you to cut them, but you know what? All they have is a vertical slicer, one that makes a single cut.
Okay.
They don't have a bread slicer there.
Okay.
Because bread slicers are for bread.
See,
Like you would find at the bread company. It's not the St. Louis Bagel Company.
Ooh, uh-oh.
It's the St. Louis Bread Company.
Okay.
You're really giving it to him, Yale.
Now, that being said, there is another bagel option in this town, and that's Companion Bakery.
Are these Jewish owned?
Companion is.
Okay.
Yeah. The Allen family, I believe Josh and Jody, they still own that.
Oh, Josh,
and
I ain't seen them in years.
they don't really promote their bagels. They do have them. They don't have a huge variety, but they are, I would say they've got the resistance that a good bagel would have. Now, I have seen on social media that the good folks down at Bird and Barrel are experimenting with making bagels, and what I have seen of them just in two dimensions, they look like they could be a contender. So.
Okay.
This is exciting.
Can I say this? And I want to be very clear, and I hate that I had to come to the defense of my city over bagels, but the fact of the matter is, I think bagels are incredibly overrated. I think I don't know, I think maybe it's a generational thing. This generation doesn't eat as many bagels as I think people believe they do. So that's what was also frustrating for me, is because I'm having to fight a fight that generally people over the age of 50 should be fighting, instead of my very young, agile, athletic ass.
Well, that's a
funny way to
good
put
point,
it.
especially with the war on carbs, so to speak.
Very true.
Because not only is the bagel, of course, a carb product, but what makes a good bagel is the density.
Interesting.
Is the fact that it is so chewy and doughy. There's a lot of gluten in there, so that obviously knocks out 97% of the population
basically.
these days.
Celiacs is crippling the country.
Yeah, but and that's I guess where the bread company bagels have some popularity, because there isn't so much. There's a lot of air in there.
Gotcha.
So they're lower in carbohydrates. But a good bagel, yeah, I can see why people wouldn't would stay away from them, at least on a as a daily option like they do on the East Coast.
Chris, you're a fat ass guy. As a person who calls themselves on a diet frequently, I feel like just so
That's
he
not
can have
been
something
said.
to say. But you would, if you had a choice between a box of donuts and a box of bagels, which one
Not
are
even
you willing to
close.
jump into?
No, it's not even close. Donuts.
Okay, all right. I'm just checking.
I'm
I
a-
know
I'm a
'cause
cre-
the other
I'm
day
a hillbilly.
Well, the other day I brought in coffee for the office, and Chris said, "Oh my God, it's got sugar in it. What am I gonna do?"
No, not that.
Oh God, who would put sugar in coffee? Oh God, no.
Travis?
Well, at the risk of upsetting you, sugar is the original white devil.
Travis
also
brought
true.
in, he drug it. He came in limping with his purple foot hanging 4 feet behind him.
Uh-oh.
Walking in, he's got his insulin in one hand, the sugar-filled coffee, half of what he's supposed to bring in, by the way. Coffee Club rules have just been thrown out the window, everybody.
Just a little bit.
The corporate, I see why corporate places survive, because they enforce rules on people
Very true.
that are necessary. You brought that in
Yeah.
to mess and monkey with my weight loss journey. I'm on a
Subterfuge.
journey. So you put journey, and then it's like, well,
That
no, you
sounds
just
serious.
ate poorly for 4 years. Now
When you say journey, though, it makes
do.
it more important.
Yeah.
that's a good
Follow
point.
me along on my unemployment journey.
Yeah.
But shut up.
I don't-
Go fucking
I
find a
don't
job.
want-
Like,
I
shut
don't
up.
want to find
No,
that
I,
journey.
don't say that because I will want to do that someday.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Damn it. Don't take pride in being shitty at something.
Yes.
No.
You have to have pride in something.
That is
So,
very
so,
true.
so
He's
you
going on a
brought
journey to New York.
you brought in coffee pre-sugared? Did you go to Dunkin' Donuts?
No, I went to the.
Was
fin-
Cal
He brought
there?
in the French vanilla roast of something, and
Well, that doesn't have sugar in it.
he found the one with sugar in it.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I didn't know, man. I was just trying to find something that wasn't $14.
Coffee Club has been a disaster lately.
Coffee clubs.
And I'm included.
coffee.
And it's
I
not a
literally
disaster.
Brought you coffee.
You have?
Yeah,
And
and
how's
it got
a
drank. It got
disaster?
drank immediately. Thank you, Yale.
well,
Thanks, Clemens.
And I'm included in that. I'm
Yeah.
including myself.
Let's tell what happened the other day. This was the most harrowing moment of my We Are Live career.
Yeah, a lot
Harrowing.
happened,
What?
and I
Harrowing.
got video,
harrowing.
and I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that Gardner hasn't posted said video yet. But Gardner
'cause you
snapped
didn't
the other
share
day.
it with me.
I did. I thought I shared it. I think I
No.
sent it to your email. Maybe it was too
No, you
big.
didn't.
No, you didn't.
I did. I don't.
didn't send
did I
anything.
go beep boop beep boop beep send?
Nope.
Okay, didn't happen.
I don't have the video
Nevertheless, there is photographic evidence of
or
one
video evidence.
Chris Gardner getting so angry that he poured a $45 bottle of beer down the sink.
I don't think
What?
there's such a
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was a Corona.
So what'd you do, Gardner? Gardner was getting poked in the
Something.
ribs a little bit about his lack of coffee,
Yeah.
despite him guzzling coffee all day
Uh-oh, here we
after
go.
cigarettes and everything else.
I have a response to that. There should have been more follow-up questions asked, and I would have had a response. I won't discuss it on the air.
Oh,
But
wow.
I know exactly what my response would have been.
I think I knew what your response was going to be too.
So I'll say this right now.
Oh, here we go.
I will bring coffee in next week
Uh-oh.
because the situation's okay for that right now. Everything's kind of smoothed over.
So Gardner was
Now,
so,
you're
we
gonna-
were giving him so much trouble. Gardner's been sober for how long?
Almost 6 years.
So he goes, "Oh, you want to mess with me, huh?" Reaches in the
I
fridge.
said, Beebs, the British man,
Yes.
In
Just
the
call him that.
office.
Just call him that.
said something. I couldn't even understand what he said through his Cockney accent.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hey, I'm Clive Owen. Look at me make a
something,
T-shirt.
bring in coffee and then filthy something name calling.
Right. Oh, the Queen. You
Yeah.
should salute.
Said something about an imperialistic overlord. And
Leave
I-
Meghan Markle
I just
alone.
kind of glared at him and said, I ain't bringing no coffee in.
Woo!
And it went from there.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it didn't. And then what did you do?
I went to the fridge where I know there is alcohol. There's a bunch of Coronas in there because Travis needs an intervention. I tried the other day and it didn't.
I think it was actually
I've
for
seen the
somebody
commercial. You see the commercial.
coming
You
in on
drink
the
a Corona,
weekends
you're on a
and
beach.
working.
That's right.
That's so. What do you mean? Why not?
So I've tried, but I'll try again.
Okay.
I believe in you, Travis.
What? I didn't even have a.
I am not giving up on you,
don't
and no one in this room is giving up on you.
Okay.
You damn drunk.
So why?
Now hold on. When you say that you're going to bring in coffee next week, is that you're going to bring in the grounds, or you're going to bring in already prepared coffee?
Grounds.
Okay, I was going to say because if he brings in prepared coffee and you guys drink it, you're going to get exactly what
Yeah,
you deserve.
that's true. Good point,
good
yo.
point.
And when I bring in coffee, I bring in the nice coffee.
You do. It is nice.
I bring in local coffee.
He does.
I try to bring in local coffee.
And there's a lot of good options out there.
I make sure mine's unfair trade. I want to keep them. I want to keep those hard unfair trade coffee
Right,
workers.
but
Unfair trade,
employed.
like your
There's a strategy
for,
to it, though.
Braden Shen.
Chris has a strategy.
Sorry, go ahead, Gardner.
And so then Chris said, what did I do? I threw a bit of a tantrum.
You threw a big tantrum. Your skin turned red.
You grabbed the Corona.
I went to the fridge.
smelled manic depression
Yeah,
in the air.
we all did.
I'm undiagnosed.
Thank you.
if That's the case.
Okay,
But I won't say no.
thank you. You know, I'm very acute to sounds and colors. So I pick up. The first thing I notice is whenever your skin tone changes, I'm like, oh boy,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
in for it.
That's the,
The
Irish.
human mood ring.
That's the Irish.
Yep.
So I grabbed the Corona, tried to twist it off, realizing that it's not a twist off at that
That's why
point.
it's a $45.
He's a little
bottle
out of
beer.
practice.
Yeah. It's
been a minute.
It's been a while. Looked across, found a keychain that had a bottle opener on it. Was that yours, Travis?
No comment.
Probably
Was it
yours.
strewn about and put in a place that made no sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go
It
ahead.
was next to the range next to the stove.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Popped the lid off that, and then brought it close to my lips. Right.
And at which moment Denman nearly.
Denman was screeching.
Oh my, the
And
horror.
I didn't even look at him. All I hear is, no, somebody stop him. Somebody stop him. Because Chris doesn't want to be around for that.
No, he doesn't. Not
Not
that he
on
was going to
my
help.
watch.
Not that he was going to help if Chris
If
did
I tackled
take-
him, he'll break in two. He's a frail man.
I am. I broke a lot of bones as a child and adolescent. And as I brought the beer to my lips, I was standing by the sink and just poured it down the sink.
He has a flair for the dramatic that nearly
Corona
killed
side.
me. Yes.
Oh, Corona sale.
That's good.
Wait, no, don't encourage Yale to say that joke. That wasn't a good joke.
That's fine.
Corona side.
So congratulations, Gardner. Today on the show, we'll also do sentence of the week.
Yes.
We'll get into that. John
Travis-
Caparulo, Todd Glass, and Fair Foul.
Travis will fail on sentence of the week.
It's going to be a rough one this week, Travis.
What happened was over a lot of the words that are going to come up in sentence of the week are words that I discussed with Gardner off air. And actually, I gave him a heads up on a couple of them. I was like, hey, man, I was reading this article, and I really struggled through a couple of words that you probably would like because I was going to read it out loud, but I just whispered to his ear and told him, all right, you can add this to the sentence of the week. So I'm looking forward
So
to that.
you were feeding him material.
I
offline.
was. So I was doing what I can to continue to.
There's only one
That's
word
adorable.
like
Thank you.
That you would think that there wasn't enough material just from the on-air stuff.
Nope.
that. There's just
Apparently not.
one word, though.
I'm afraid.
we want to jump into it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do sentence of the
All
week.
right, well,
yeah.
well, yeah, looks like we're calling an audible. It is time for the sentence. Hey, man, this has been a really good show. I've enjoyed this week. In fact, hey, we need to get together this week of the week.
Okay. All
Feel
it
good
is.
about that?
That was pretty good. I felt good.
Yeah.
Working
do we
on some
got
new
today?
material.
Well, I was wondering if you've mastered the longest word in the dictionary yet.
Numino ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis.
Okay, here we go. Fernando Vina. How did that go? Was that pretty close? Feel like I got pretty close.
a
in
good
that one.
effort.
Yeah.
You ready for your sentence?
Here we go.
I'm going to put it up on the screen. You ready?
Yes.
Here it is.
Sentence of the week. Oh man.
This is bad. So if you're listening at home, we've got it pulled up on the screen. We've got a paragraph of the week. This one. This is going to be rough. This is the obstacle course, and you realize you shouldn't have went out drinking last night.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. Here we go. Marvelous Marvis Morel and boisterous Oregonian and central whitewater figure revealed to his contemporary the particular instances, substantive, widespread computer outages had impacted the greater quartz crystal region. Woo! Take that, baby! Pew, 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 pew!
You even tripped over A. You fucked up A.
But A did come out of nowhere. Is it an ah?
Typically
Is
does.
it eh?
Yeah.
Is it an A? All right, here we go. Marvelous Marvis Morel, a boisterous Oregonian, and central whitewater.
What's Oregonian?
Oregonian?
Oregonian.
Oh, that stupid E. Damn it. Who put that E there?
Oregonian.
Marvelous Marvis Morel, a boisterous Oregonian.
Oregonian.
Oregonian. But it's the. But see, I don't understand. If it's OR, why do I need to come back to the E? I've already said or. I'm already headed to
Because
the
it's
G.
not or. That's not what this word is.
Okay, here we go. Marvelous Marvis Morel, a boisterous Oregonian and central whitewater figure, revealed to his contemporary the particular instances, substantive, widespread computer outrages had impacted the greater quartz crystal region. What is happening?
Nope.
What is happening?
Do we make him fight through it?
I think he's got to at least try one more time.
Marvelous Marvis Morel, a boisterous Oregonian and central whitewater figure, revealed to his contemporary the particular instances, substantive, widespread computer outage had impacted the greater quartz crystal region.
Do you feel
Twitter
good?
outrage map. Oh, it was an outrage map. That's what it said on mine.
Yeah, you failed.
Oh boy. Substantive.
Substantive. Yes.
He's still kind of tripped.
Substantive.
Baby steps, Chris. Come on.
This
Hey,
is
some of
baby
us didn't
steps.
go to law school, Yale, okay? Excuse us. Sorry we
What's
didn't
the
go to
worst-
a very elite high school in the St. Louis West County area. Excuse us.
Your thoughts on Michael Avenatti?
Good one, Chris. Yeah, get their ass.
That's right.
Proud Parkway Central product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife, the teacher at Parkway Central, and my daughter, the student at Parkway Central, are not listening right now. So
They usually stream, so I'm good. We can dodge it, so you can speak up on it.
I can.
Do
Speak
you
up.
know people who knew Avenatti in school?
Not
or?
a single one.
Really?
Not
Okay.
a single
it's
person.
crazy
How
that in
is
a
it-
town like St. Louis, where everyone has a cousin that knows a friend that has a neighbor that knows someone famous, that I haven't heard a ton of people say anything about their time or Michael Avenatti's time here in St. Louis.
Nobody that I have talked to knew anything about him until he suddenly popped up on the scene. And
Like even
and
none of the lawyers
but-
around the area, like no one speaks of him or his time or anyone's ever come cross
Nope.
paths that you know of.
Nope.
Really, that's
No.
fascinating.
Here's what we do. St. Louis can save face with this. With that being the case, this is how you just start a QAnon type false flag or conspiracy
This is
theory
how this works.
that his time here never even existed.
That's right. He just picked some, random
Right.
Midwestern school.
We were just so happy to hear our names in somebody's mouth that had some famous attention. We were like, yeah, I remember Mikey.
And that's how we are around here. Like
We are.
when I
Yeah.
first moved to O'Fallon, and it was under 10,000 people, I think, just under 10,000 people. I would get excited when there were tornado warnings, and we would hear our name on the news.
Yep. Perfect.
That's how I was, and there are towns like that still. But that's how people react around here to certain things. That's how St. Louis as a whole would react to something on a national scale.
That's a good point.
But you really don't have that kind of small town anonymity around this area anymore since the rise of meth. You almost always hear about those small towns now.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
Whenever
because I would just call them tornado warning towns.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know how to say it.
the
or-
Richwoods of the world.
Well, there's in Illinois, it's Prairie de Roche?
Prairie de Rocher, yeah.
Prairie de Roche.
Well, there was one that manifested itself during this last round of storms on Sunday that I had never heard of before, which is somewhere down kind of in the not quite the boot heel, but kind of in that area near, I guess, south of Rolla. There's Butts, Missouri,
Yeah.
Butts,
Lot of-
Butts, Missouri. And Kristen Cornett on Channel 4 actually said, we are seeing very high-powered winds coming out of Butts right now. That was actually said.
I hope she was playing the meta game and knew exactly what was going on.
I would hope so.
I don't know. There's a lot of scrambling that goes on.
Yeah.
When you're in
that's
storm
happening.
mode, anything can happen.
And with those ones, that was on Sunday, right?
Yep.
And here's the issue with that is they are scrambling because they're only, especially CBS at that time, KMOV Channel 4, because basketball was on, right? So they're only doing it during commercial breaks, and then they have just a certain amount of time before they need to
Gotta
try
go
and
back
get
to
it
the
back to
game.
the game.
Right.
They don't need to, but they're going to
Right.
because
they'll get 45,000 emails from people who don't give a damn about any of the other Missourians who are currently
was-
need help and find out whether or not
I
a
don't
storm is
care
hitting.
about those people in Winnie Pooh.
That's exactly what it sounds
Criminal Minds is on.
Yep.
Nothing more exciting than oh boy, people are taking it. To
Get
the
back to
trailer
the
park
game. North Dakota State
Yeah.
is up by 3 over Providence. I need to find out what happens in the final 15 minutes of the second half.
I forgot why you went with those schools.
Nothing more exciting than a twister tearing apart a trailer park full of meth labs. Yeehaw, that's from Seth.
Because the meth goes into the air and sprinkles down upon our city.
That's
Things
true.
get weird.
That's how
First
you
time,
get
long
high that way?
I
time.
think that's how it works science-wise.
We have a first time, long time listener, viewer, whatever. Brad, first time, long time. Which one is Bubba and which one is the love
This
sponge?
is not this now. That is
I think
not,
you'll be a
this
good
is-
love sponge.
Yeah. Yes.
Does that make me Tucker
Yes, because I
Carlson?
absorb so
Yeah,
much
probably.
love.
Mudslides were also reported in Butts from the Black Sheep.
Oh.
You want to shut it down?
We can go home now.
It's
Why does he? Why
we're
does he
kinda
even
there.
exist? Why does he even exist?
I don't know.
Why does he even?
Guys, we've got Yale in here. We're having some fun. Do we want to do target practice now? Do we want to get in some news? What do you
Been a
pick,
while,
Travis?
man.
You
It's been
pick.
a while. I mean, it depends on.
You want to close out with target practice?
Let's close the hour out on target practice. Let's keep the party going because it was a big day here in St. Louis, as we mentioned yesterday. Of course, it was the home opener for the St. Louis Cardinals going against the Milwaukee Brewers in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And it was a fun baseball game to start the season. The Cardinals looked good. offensively, and they had an opportunity to tie the game late. And then the center fielder for the Milwaukee Brewers, Lorenzo Cain, comes up with the game-saving home run catch to end the game. How fun was that? 161 games left to go, guys. 161.
That was the worst recap
Was
of a
it?
game I've ever heard.
I did. That's all I got.
That was absolutely
I
brutal.
felt like I just saw the clock in my head, and I was like, I'm just trying to stick to the rundown. I'm just trying to stick to it. Just
That
trying to
wasn't
make
a
sure I keep
rundown.
it.
That was more confusing than anything.
Man, the team hit the ball. Somebody calls like,
Oh.
and then somebody hit it. It was like, oh boy, it's a home run, and everybody was like, yay, go team! But the Cardinals lose,
Yeah.
5-4.
That was
That
better.
would be
That was
Ben
even better.
Hockman's
There we
Twitter
go.
stream yesterday.
How did it feel to have baseball back, my friend?
It
Doesn't it make life a little bit, more
well,
tolerable?
it was the perfect it was the perfect contemporary Cardinals opening day. All this promise, all this hope, home runs, great offensive performances from fan favorites, and then we lose.
Yeah, that's kind of it's been the Cardinals'
it was-
MO in the nutshell in the last few years.
It captured just about everything that you could possibly capture from a Cardinals opening game. Not at home, though.
And Travis, we didn't get to this yesterday, but I asked you to, I guess, find a black Twitter meme.
Yes, you did. He wanted me to find a black Twitter meme that you thought best described the upcoming 2019 season for the St. Louis
Yes,
Cardinals.
one that you think you would go to a
yes.
lot.
Yes, this is the
And
one.
you told me several days ago what it was.
Yes.
And you told me why. And I think when we show it and you explain it, it definitely applies to yesterday's game.
Absolutely.
And we'll apply to many more games.
Yes, it certainly
going
will.
forward.
This is the reaction I will probably use over another 161 games this season.
If you
And it
can't
says
see,
what?
it's, yeah.
Travis?
B word. What the F?
Oh, there you go. No clips getting sent to Sesame Street today.
No, you're not going to try to do that.
Yeah, there's
Haters.
a person looking at a screen and it shows their sunglasses reflecting the B, what the F. Yeah, I'll give you that. That was good.
Think about it. How many times did you do that last year when watching a Cardinals game?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it
It was also the first half of the hockey season,
yeah,
too.
very true. Very true. You could apply that to a lot of St. Louis.
Yeah,
and
Jake
local
Allen should
sports.
just have that airbrushed onto his face mask.
But that's been the St. Louis Cardinals the last few years. That's been actually the St. Louis sports scene the last few years. Is, bitch, what the hell? Like you mentioned, like there are moments where you're just like, hey, Colton Wong, okay, I like this. All right, I see the young boys come to play and loss. Oh, well, that was.
Wow, we've got an
Stunning.
interesting stat provided by Gardner. Wow.
There it is. Colton Wong is on pace to hit 324 home runs this season.
After the first day.
That's a Hockman stat if ever there was.
Oh,
Yeah,
no doubt
I like
about
that.
it. I love Colton Wong, brother of the show.
Mm-hmm. Close
He also
friend.
enjoys him some Buzz Hawaiian.
I was
Grill.
just going to say that. I'll bet
yeah.
he does.
So, and yeah, we had a chance to. Colton had a chance to meet us last year.
Yeah.
I
I was really happy
it was
for
very
him.
nice. He brought his lovely wife and was like, Travis, Chris. I was like, hi, young man. What can we do for you? And we were like, oh my goodness, you're the Colton Wong. How are you? And he was very, modest. And he was like, look, Travis, Farrafile is. I would love to make it my walk-up music. And I was like,
I don't think that happened.
I was like, Colton, I appreciate the love. I am honored, but that's for this show and this show only. So
That would be amazing. Welcome, coming to the plate, Colton Wong. At this defining moment, change has come to America.
how tick
That would be
off.
amazing.
I would leave the stadium immediately.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say
65%.
exactly.
65% of the stadium would as well. Absolutely.
How- yeah,
and
how
2/3
would
of the
the
Cardinals
defense-
roster would have gotten up and left as well. Obama? Oh, hell no. They expect me to play with him in the voiceover. I don't think so.
What if players started using like speeches as
That'd be
walk-
good.
walk-up music?
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of music, what if someone said, I want this portion of a speech or a movie monologue?
Yes.
Or a monologue from a television
Yes.
show?
Somebody should have the walk-up clip of the president in Independence Day giving his speech. That's what they should go to the plate with.
Like if they're
Man.
playing 4th of July and
Yes.
you get that instead of music.
Yes.
Here's what I want. and then have it in like certain sections,
Mm-hmm.
anticipating maybe you'll get, if you're a starter, a regular starter, 3 or 4 at bats, and then you could have it segmented, and it
What about-
continues.
That's
It
a-
stops
you
at
could-
one point and picks up.
I
again.
like this.
The
I
newer
like this idea.
the newer school guys go with clips of podcasts.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Chris is in the stand. Is that Mark Maron?
oh shoot, Carpenter just walked up to some Rogan.
Yes.
Oh no, oh
That's what I was thinking. You get an entire Rogan podcast
Right
in.
out through the whole lineup. Travis is screaming like, I think I just heard Jesus and Mero, dog.
Can you imagine what that would have been like when John Rocker was playing?
just Limbaugh clip after
Yeah,
Limbaugh clip after Limbaugh clip. Is this guy coming out to rush Limbaugh? Are you kidding me?
What's a ditto head?
These feminazis.
These feminazis. He's just pumping himself up, hitting himself in the chest, coming into the mound.
The music guy, slightly confused but excited at first. Rocker walks in. He's like, I'll take Rush. And he's like, oh, okay, little man.
2112.
Yeah.
No.
Limbo.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
But that should be, maybe that'll be our new campaign, where along with Carte Blanche, we try to convince one of the St. Louis Cardinal players to use the speech from Independence Day on the July 4th game as their walk-up music.
Oh, wow.
That would be
I was just
something.
thinking, what would happen if Tebow actually made the Mets roster?
Oh.
It'd be like all Billy Graham,
How?
Yes.
And you know what? Couldn't even hate.
Joel Osteen.
Couldn't even. The Lord.
This is my Bible. I am what it says I am.
What
I
was
know
the
too much
one-
Joel Osteen. That's scary.
One of the first, like, I don't think it's not a meme, but it was like a internet video sensation at some point that went viral some years ago that I remember, where it's a black preacher type guy, but the video's like zooming in and out, and he's like cursing,
Yes.
and he's holding the Bible.
Uh-huh.
I don't even remember what he was saying,
It's not T.D. Jakes.
but
No, but I know. what you're
Creflo
talking
Dollar.
about.
I would like that one to be used by someone.
That would be pretty cool.
Like if you're gonna go, I mean, Tebow, if he goes with the song, I would want "Here I Am."
Here
Lord.
I
Paul
am,
Goldschmidt's is
Lord.
just a tax seminar. It's pretty important stuff, guys.
Like, this is.
Right, listen up.
You know what?
Does this not fire you up?
If I were a player, I'd start asking like the team. I'm like, look, I'm trying here, Travis. You're gonna love this because
Okay.
it's about improving my brand and trying to make money. And that's all you care about.
That's very true.
I would tell the team, I'm like, look, I am gonna have my walk-up music and my walk-up routine sponsored now. That's part of what I'm doing and to market myself.
That's got to be coming.
So whenever, I walk up, it's going to say brought to you by whatever first and then
Right.
kick into my music.
That's smart. I like that.
What do you
play.
think of that?
I like that. Look at you. Look, one day he's a salesman, the next day now he's a
I'm
promoter.
seeing- there's a
He's
lot
an
of growth.
innovator.
Look at him
Yeah,
evolve.
good. Yeah, it's a good point.
By the way, I came up with a new nickname for new Cardinal, Paul Goldschmidt. Perfect for the city,
Oh boy.
St. Paul.
Yeah, that's good.
Can't beat that.
They start serving egg foo young sandwiches and push.
Yeah.
Yeah. This has got legs. This has got marketing legs.
St. Paul. I was like, it's perfect. It's about the sandwich. It's about the Catholics. It's about Paul. It's St. Paul.
Paul? What does that mean?
I don't know. It just
Okay.
feels like that one is probably what's going to work. I think
Okay.
I'm going to go with that one for right
St.
now.
Paul?
Yeah. St. Paul. He's going to
Now,
love that.
will that offend some people?
There's a likelihood that about 8% of the population would have a problem.
They're
with
gonna have a real issue with this.
Because I know my
Fowler wasn't available.
my walk-up routine would have offended some before,
Mm.
and if I had one, so, and it's much worse than calling anyone St. Paul.
that. Yeah.
Or to be blasphemous or something along those lines. I just didn't. I'm on board with it.
Okay.
I just didn't know if you're going to get any pushback with it, and then we should be prepared for that. Is what I
Well,
would
this
say.
is part of my agenda to make sure that the African American community in St. Louis begins to stop using the inappropriate term
Which
when
is?
describing when they want to go get Chinese food.
And you're doing a lot better. I wanna give
Thank you.
credit for
Thank
that.
you. I've made a concerted
You have
effort
said
to make
Chinese
sure-
food a lot lately.
every single time. And this is part of my agenda to make sure African American St. Louis no longer refer to it as that
As what?
term that we will not speak of on this show because we're better than that, Chris. All right,
you are?
Look. This ain't Jamie Allman, my friend. All right, we don't. We use proper language on this show.
Picking a radio fight.
Yeah.
And someone's always watching, Travis. So gotta be careful.
Little flash
Gotta
of Big Bird.
be careful.
Who do you think would come, do the Mr. Terrell, I'd like to speak to you. Which Muppet from Sesame Street is going to be that Muppet to come have a talk with you the seventh time you're late?
Man.
Well, I honestly believe that
Who's the enforcer?
It is no doubt it's Cookie Monster but people think Cookie
okay.
Monster is going to come in like this Terry Crews guy and throw his weight around and be in your face. That's not how Cookie Monster operates. He's very methodical in his approach. So I expect him to be like.
I don't think so.
I expect him to come in like Mr. Wolf in Pulp Fiction. I expect him to be cool, have a nice little tux on, and just simply sit me down and explain to me how it is. And either I'm going to get it or I'm not. Cookie Monster's going to let me know, though. But he's not going to come in throwing tables, having a tantrum. He's going to come in like, look, this is what they bringing me in for, boys. Okay?
Me see your attendance record not good.
That's how he would say it. It's pretty good. That's a
Black
pretty
sheep.
good
That
cookie.
was good.
That was a good cookie.
The black sheep thinks he says that Dick Burt, no question.
Look, listen here, Black Sheep. You will not disrespect anyone on the street. So please,
On the
apologize.
street now?
Please apologize. Have him apologize. You're telling
Apologize,
him
Black Sheep.
Thank you.
I actually have a video that I saw at SITV. There's a show they have on there, Sports Illustrated Television, I guess it is, something like that.
That's
Called The Wilder Project. It's
Okay.
hosted by Charlotte Wilder. And she did an episode with puppets from Sesame Street. Some of
Oh,
them.
yes, I heard about this. This is actually pretty cool.
Now, this is kind of how I envision you hanging out on the street,
Yes.
but also probably taking it too far at some point
That's very likely.
and yelling at them, especially if you're doing hot sports takes.
Yes.
So I wanted to give you a little sampling of what it might be like.
Mm.
So here's the video from the Wilder Project at SITV.
This is an adorable video, by the way.
Who is the greatest quarterback of all time?
Oh, that has got to be Brett Favre, or as I like to call him, Brett Near and Favre. Get
That's
it?
kinda funny.
Get it? Yeah, because he's
Took something out of your
always
notebook,
running
yeah?
around
Grover's a
the
bit of
field.
a hack.
We love Baker Mayfield.
Oh,
How could we not go with guy named Baker?
that makes a lot of sense.
See, that's
Plus, he
why.
really
That's
turned
why he the
around
man.
Contenders last season.
He
so,
did.
You know.
Yeah.
Look, he even dropped some knowledge.
Shout out Baker. You heard it here first. Cookie Monster's a big fan. All right, next.
LeBron James is also big.
Oh, LeBron James. He doesn't play football, Abby.
Oh.
He could.
But he is a good actor.
You're right.
I
He's
bet
a good
he
actor.
would be believable
Yes,
on the field.
he would
Yeah.
be. He would be.
Cookie Monster doesn't know his pro football history, though. I mean, although she did say quarterback, so I was going to say, because I would think that his favorite player would be the first ever #1 draft pick in the American Football League in 1960, Denver Broncos fullback Cookie Gilchrist.
He went back.
I was. And I had to respect it. I had to let it breathe.
Now, what was
Yeah, I was in middle school when he got drafted. I know you've been waiting to say it. So.
now? Who are the puppets there involved, Travis?
That was Grover.
Okay.
That was Cookie Monster.
Uh-huh.
And that was Aha. It was a new Muppet.
Okay.
She's a new Muppet.
Now, how would you have reacted to her saying LeBron James played football?
I'd have been like, hey, man, girlfriend. Because LeBron James was All-American quarterback in high school.
Now, you
Played wide
love
receiver.
Grover, right? You think he's
I love
underrated?
Grover. I think Grover gets a bad rap. And I think Grover, I kind of look at him as like the George Carlin of Sesame
Do you
Street.
think he was talking ish on LeBron by calling him a good actor?
Mm-hmm. Flopping.
That's how I interpreted it.
I think Grover's acknowledging his other puppet friends at Six Flags, like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, in which LeBron James is going to be performing with in the next Space Jam. So I think it was just him acknowledging LeBron's impact on Hollywood. I think that was simply it. I don't know why you guys continue to try to attack Grover.
I haven't
Do you
seen
think Grover's the one that spray painted that thing on LeBron's garage?
Oh.
That seems more like an Ernie thing.
Yeah. What kind of mischief would
Yeah,
get into that?
How's your head, Travis? Huh?
Let's put up sentence of a week
Wait,
again. Just
wait.
Just close out the hour with that hanging out on the
I
graphic.
wanted, because I want to go back and watch more of this episode actually, because apparently she had Oscar the Grouch on, and they were talking about what makes a trash tweet. And
Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
I want to see what this is. But I'm watching this. I'm like, I could so see Travis doing this with the puppets.
Cookie Monster's answer, by the way. What a brilliant answer. He's talking about how now Cleveland's going to be contenders.
Yeah.
Baker, Mayfield. That's why I'm telling you, he's Mr. Wolf. He'll walk into a room, just set everyone straight, and then leave and be like, yo, Oreos in the house, ho. And then he out. That's just the way Cookie Monster roll, baby.
That's
I love
right.
Cookie Monster.
Yeah,
Love me
Cookie's
some
awesome.
Cookie. He is pretty damn awesome.
Good stuff. Get your fair fouls in if you're watching live.
Son of a.
Haven't dropped you with that in a
son
while.
of
Topic today, movies over 3 hours long. We'll give you $10 to Buzz's Hawaiian Grill as a prize. We've got target practice. You want to jump right into it, see what we got?
It is time for
Oh, boy.
target practice. Well, that's new.
Hey. I feel good about that one. Gardner, that take you, what, 4 weeks to get that going?
Hours.
Okay. Good work. Guys, target practice, we roast relevant pop culture figures, our mothers, actors, actresses, everybody, Travis. They're all susceptible to the targeting of practice. Do you want to kick it off? Rob Gronkowski, storied, maybe one of the best tight ends of all time, retired recently. Not even 30 yet. Let's get into it. Yale Hollander, you're our guest. Why don't you jump on in, buddy?
All right. In a meeting with the Patriots owner, Gronk explained that he wanted to spend more time on his pottery making, stained glass projects, and other hands-on crafts. To which the owner replied, "No hands-on craft. I was waiting in the lobby for the other guys to finish."
Trav, go ahead, buddy. That was good.
Rob Gronkowski looks like if Rob Lowe had elephantitis.
You ever feel like somebody? Have you met anybody with elephantitis?
I'm going to be completely honest. I just like the word elephantitis.
Do you know what it is?
I'll be completely honest with you. I have no clue what elephantitis is.
You haven't seen the movie The Elephant Man?
Okay, now it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay, Rob Gronkowski.
Did somebody else write that joke for you?
Rob,
Because the elephantitis, and I think I mentioned it before, if maybe you're younger, maybe you're touching yourself a little too
Oh
much.
dear.
So, somebody might say, "Oh, you're
Yeah.
gonna go blind."
Yep.
Not my dad. My dad didn't say that. My dad would tell me I would get elephantitis, and had a picture of a man with elephantitis.
The big inflated feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like told me this is what would happen to me if I, was a little too active down there. It was terrifying to the point where my mother had to talk to my dad about it, because at one point I got so scared about it that when I would go to the bathroom,
You
it
would
became
just
an
be-
issue, and there would become a mess. There would be a mess
so you
would
would
be
just
made.
be like,
"Oh, what am I supposed to do? I don't want to get elephantitis, Mom." Damn it.
Rob Gronkowski upset a lot of fans of other teams over the year. He's used to upsetting people. Like today, he's upset me, and he's the only reason that we would ever see Yale Hollander's name on the same bill as Todd Glass and John Caparulo as Yale Hollander came in.
wow.
This is the
Low
only
blow.
time
Low blow.
that those three would be included in anything ever together. Go ahead, you.
Sure. And to think that I'm roasting Travis. And this
Isn't it? It's so easy to go after Travis, though. I'm like, man, I got like 3
I'll
Travis jokes.
defer that one.
Interesting.
Go with this one first. Gronk said he wanted to retire while he was still at the top of his game, and that he'd seen the perils of what happens when a Patriot receiver hangs around too long. But enough about Aaron Hernandez.
Oh. Nice little call. Remember that guy?
Oh, no.
Oh, that's brutal.
What you got, Trev?
Is it odd that Rob Gronkowski looks like every stepfather on Pornhub?
It's like, that's a stepdad, man. Good looking
Weird.
dude.
Pretty young to be a stepfather. That's an odd title to give him.
How many different stepfathers on Pornhub have you seen, Travis?
I'd say
What?
fair amount
I
at this point.
don't know what you speak of.
I'm looking, now that Gronkowski has retired, I'm personally a big census guy. Looking forward to the census from 10 years from now when the average height and athletic ability of children in the greater South Padre Island, Panama City Beach, and Nashville areas has increased significantly.
Yeah.
You think Nashville will still be Bridesmaid Central in 10 years? What you got, Yale?
I'm not suggesting that Gronk was becoming a very unpopular member of the team who was becoming an insufferable drag, but Bill Belichick did tell him he had a choice between retiring or being assigned to an internship writing for Sesame Street. See, now I feel bad.
No, don't.
Not bad enough to withhold the
I was
bid.
gonna say but you said it, Yale.
You know what? We're gonna skip back to me just so I can piggyback Yale, if I may, Travis.
What have I done?
Who are we roasting today again, Gardner?
I just want to get serious for a second, if I can get a close up.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh no, he gets his own camera now for this.
So we're roasting Rob Gronkowski. He's retired. He's not quite 30 years old. Can finally sit back, relax, and prepare over the next 5 years for his true calling to greatness, earning an internship at Sesame Street at the age of 35.
Great minds.
Trav, please. I wasn't going to toss that. I had to just piggyback. I'm sorry.
Rob Gronkowski is what happens when CTE vacations in Destin, Florida.
I always love a good CTE joke. Yeah, you got one?
Gronk said that he was very surprised about all the speculation and gossip surrounding his retirement. What? Nobody suspected anything that first time Michael Jordan retired to go play baseball. Nobody suspected anything when... Now I need to do the sentence of the week. Nobody suspected anything when Pete Rose decided to retire from managing the Reds. Really, guys, nothing to see here. I think this is the real reason why the Mueller report has not been released. I think Gronk is implicated somewhere in there.
I agree. And they're like, no, not our bro, man.
Not Gronk.
What about you, Trav?
Rob Gronkowski is what would have happened if Chris Dimon applied himself.
I am off the hook.
It hurts.
It's gonna be damn it. A few more belt loops. I'm gonna look like Gronk.
Man, the sprinklers are going to go off in here any second.
Gronkowski looks like he was the result of an unholy union that resulted in a genetic experiment where the Nazis collaborated with Axe body spray to perfect the raddest dude. I gotta flub that. But yeah, okay, yeah, you got it. You got the point.
Yeah.
Nazis and Axe body spray collab.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Wouldn't it be Axis body spray?
I'll take that.
What do you got, Yale?
Gronk figured there had to be an easier way to win free Big Macs that didn't involve risking massive brain trauma or having to shake Donald Trump's hand.
That's one way to get out of it, right? Looking forward to, this is my last one, by the way. Looking forward to Rob growing old after retirement, where he then goes and drinks daily at a dive bar in the Central West End and does voiceovers for a segment on a mildly successful podcast.
Oh, poor Sean.
You're telling me Gronk isn't going to turn into Sean in 10 years?
Yeah.
You know it is.
How many you got, you?
I got one more.
One more. I'll do one. You do one. I got one more. Rob Gronkowski's hands, you know about them. They're
Pretty
huge,
big.
right?
Mm-hmm.
See these? Yeah, could have been me,
Could
right?
have been you, almost.
They were so good that around Patriots camp, it was not uncommon for Robert Kraft to follow him around in nothing but a towel, whispering, "Daddy's ready to get crafty."
That's nasty. That's nasty. We got
It's a good hands thing.
Some Listerine in the air. That's gross.
Yale, you got one more, and I'll follow you, man.
I got one more. When asked what he would do with that first NFL pension check, Gronk said, "I'm going to buy a ticket to the Coffee Break Comedy Showcase.
You gotta be kidding me!
10 Manchester on Friday, April 12th at 8 p.m. so I can see Yale Hollander as he hosts comics Richie James, Jeremy Helwig, and Emily Hickner. $7 in advance, $10 at the door.
Great job, Yale. I don't really want to follow that, but I will. Gosh.
That is so good.
Do we feel good
And my
about that?
dumbass didn't see it coming. It was like right
No.
there.
I was like,
it was right there.
Another joke? Okay.
Set my dumb ass up. All right, Chris.
I got one
Bring us
more.
home. Bring us
We'll
home,
finish
Denman.
on this one.
Half court shot from way downtown.
Half court shot. What do we got? Well, hang on now. Stop yelling, everybody.
Chris, what I'm saying. This is what Chris thinks is going to happen when he stops drinking sugar-filled caffeine.
Yeah, I'm on my way to that. Don't worry. And that's you to my right.
That is me. Look at me. Man.
It's always it's not just emotional for fans. Everybody, also Rob's parents involved in this. Rob's parents released dual statements when the news broke regarding their son's early retirement. His father was quoted as saying, "Hey, forget about it," and "How you doing?" While his mother more stoically said, "All my life, men like you have sneered at me, and all my life I've been knocking men like you into the dust." To which Rob responded, "Hey, that's life being raised by Joey from Friends and Brienne of Tarth." That's it. That'll do it. Target practice, everybody. Take that, Gronk.
Take that, Gronk.
Into retirement.
Congratulations. What better way than to retire than after winning the Super Bowl? You're in the peak athletic shape of your life. You're currently dating one of the hottest supermodels on the planet, and you're not even 30.
That's crazy.
That is
Absolutely insane.
He figured it out.
Yep.
Too bad he won't remember half of it.
Well, he's getting out while there's a chance he'll remember at least 70% of it.
Tom Brady? I know you from somewhere, don't I?
Takes a long dragging a cigarette. I haven't heard that name in years. You probably have it, just don't remember.
You're 31. Gosh, Rob.
What happened, man?
Oh, man. So, Yale, you've got comedy shows coming up.
Don't encourage that.
We're having fun here. On the other side, we'll take a break, Gardner. We've got conversation with Todd Glass. We're going to have John Caparulo live in studio, plus Fair or Foul, other things to get to. Travis, we'll hear about your weekend plans, maybe.
Oh, I don't know about all that, but
Yeah, you got a birthday coming up too.
I have a birthday.
It's Matt Whitener's birthday today. What'd you get him? Yale?
I didn't get him anything. My birthday's Tuesday, baby.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Birthday month. here
And
at
it's also
Midcoast
Sam
Studios.
Lyons' birthday.
Look at this,
So, yeah.
plugging away. Sam Lyons is
Two-thirds
some
of the
smooth singing last
Impolite
night.
Company crew.
Yeah, which you can
April 2nd.
download. Yeah,
Yes, you
download
can.
it here. They record
Mine-
here.
Mine drops today.
Very cool. Very cool. Check that out. Check out Yale online. Check out all of his shows. I do know that Tech Electronics helped us put this studio together.
What a job.
Super thankful to them for all of that great work. And thanks to everybody who came out to Southtown Pub last night because it was rocking. Full house, no seats available, only one mischievous crowd member. That was it was fun, though. We had a really good time, a lot of karaoke after. So big thanks to the comics, J.C. Sabala, Tom Brown, Quentin Wilbert, and Justin Luke for kicking ass. Look forward to next week's Free Comedy Thursday. Yale Hollander, what a pleasure, my friend. I hope
the
everybody
pleasure was all
downloads the
mine.
podcast, and we'll get you back in here soon, buddy.
I would love that very much.
Take a quick break, get some menthol into Gardner. We're back on the other side with Todd Glass. Thanks, guys.